a historic royal signature, a centuries-old Scottish estate, and a decision that could quietly reshape the future of the royal family. Prince Edward has signed a significant document, and according to emerging reports, it paves the way for his son James Wessex to inherit a prestigious Scottish estate before Princess Eugenie. But what does this really mean? Is this simply tradition at work? Or is there a deeper royal strategy unfolding behind palace doors? Today, we're breaking down the history, the hierarchy, and the possible royal ripple effects of this surprising move. Let's get into it. For centuries, royal estates have represented more than land and castles. They symbolize legacy, continuity, and power. Every transfer of property within the monarchy carries weight, especially when it involves senior working royals and the next generation. Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, has long been regarded as one of the most loyal and steady members of the royal family. Quietly dedicated to duty, he rarely finds himself at the center of dramatic headlines. But this time, attention is firmly on him. Reports suggest that Prince Edward has signed documentation connected to the future inheritance of a historic Scottish estate, one traditionally linked to his family line. And the key detail? His son, James Wessex, is positioned to inherit ahead of Princess Eugenie. Now, to understand why this is significant, we need to take a closer look at royal structure and succession traditions. James Wessex, the teenage son of Prince Edward and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, has steadily been growing into his role within the extended royal family. Although he maintains a relatively low public profile, his position as Edward's only son places him in a unique constitutional and traditional standing. Historically, inheritance within aristocratic and royal circles has favored the direct male line. While modern times have introduced changes to succession laws for the throne itself, estate inheritance, especially those tied to titles and dukedoms, often still follows long-standing patterns. Princess Eugenie, daughter of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, is also a granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth II. She holds a prominent place within the royal extended family and has long been associated with royal heritage properties through her father's line. So why would James inherit before Eugenie? The answer may lie in the estate's historical connection. If the Scottish estate in question is legally attached to the Edinburgh title or to Edward's direct line, it would traditionally pass through his descendants, particularly his son. Royal estates are not always distributed based on popularity or public visibility. They are governed by a mix of legal agreements, centuries-old customs, and private family arrangements. Scottish estates, in particular, carry deep historical meaning. Scotland has long played a crucial role in the monarchy's identity. From Balmoral Castle, famously beloved by Queen Elizabeth II, to smaller ancestral holdings, these properties represent continuity between generations. By signing this historic document, Prince Edward may simply be ensuring that his son's future is secured within that framework. However, royal watchers are already speculating about the broader implications. Could this move signal a quiet strengthening of Edward's branch of the family? Since stepping into the Duke of Edinburgh title following Prince Philip's passing, Edward's role has gradually increased in visibility and responsibility. His wife, Sophie, has also become one of the monarchy's most dependable working royals. As King Charles continues to streamline the monarchy, clarity around inheritance and titles has become increasingly important. Ensuring that estates are allocated cleanly and legally may prevent complications in the future. There is also the generational factor to consider. James Wessex represents a younger generation of royals who may one day play more visible roles. Though currently not a full-time working royal, positioning him within a historic Scottish estate could anchor his long-term place within the royal landscape. Princess Eugenie, meanwhile, has carved her own independent path. While she remains close to the royal family, she does not carry a dukedom line directly tied to Scottish territorial inheritance in the same way Edward's son does. Still, the optics of inheritance decisions always spark discussion. Royal observers often analyze even the smallest shifts in status, property, or titles. In a family where symbolism matters, the signing of a document can speak volumes. Was this purely procedural? Or is it part of a wider internal restructuring within the House of Windsor? Another key element is the evolving role of Scotland within the United Kingdom. The monarchy has consistently emphasized its commitment to Scotland, especially during periods of political debate around independence. Assigning Scottish estates to younger royals may reinforce continuity and connection. If James Wessex becomes more publicly associated with Scotland through this inheritance, it could subtly strengthen the monarchy's future ties to the region. Prince Edward's decision also reflects his long-term planning style. Known for his pragmatic and thoughtful approach, he has often avoided drama while steadily building a stable foundation for his family. Unlike some other royal storylines filled with controversy, this move appears strategic and measured. It's important to note that royal estates are often privately owned, meaning they operate separately from crown property. Decisions regarding them are deeply personal, even if they carry public symbolism. The monarchy is an institution rooted in tradition, yet constantly adapting. Each new generation must navigate history while preparing for the future. James Wessex inheriting a Scottish estate before Princess Eugenie may not signal rivalry or exclusion. Instead, it may reflect structural alignment with titles, lineage, and long-established customs. But one thing is certain: the younger royals are gradually stepping into clearer positions within the family hierarchy. As King Charles shapes a more streamlined monarchy, clarity about roles, titles, and assets becomes essential. Moves like this reduce ambiguity and secure continuity. And continuity is everything in the royal world. For James, this inheritance could mark the beginning of a more defined public identity. While still young, being connected to a historic estate provides both responsibility and opportunity. For Princess Eugenie, her influence and role may continue to evolve in different directions, perhaps more aligned with charitable and professional endeavors rather than territorial legacy. Ultimately, royal life is a balance between heritage and modernization. Prince Edward's signature on that historic document may not dominate headlines forever, but within palace walls, it likely represents careful planning. Every castle has a story, every estate has a legacy, and every signature shapes the future. As we watch the next generation grow into their roles, these quiet decisions may prove to be some of the most impactful, because in the monarchy, change rarely arrives with noise. It arrives with ink on parchment. What do you think about this historic move? Is this simply royal tradition at work, or could it signal a bigger shift within the family? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy deep dives into royal developments, hidden dynamics, and the evolving future of the monarchy, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And as always, stay curious, because in the world of royalty, there's always more beneath the surface. See you in the next video.